And a good evening to you from Brunswick Community College. Today on YouTube, it's Dolphins basketball as your 3-0 Dolphins take on the 0-1 Francis Marion JV Patriots. Hi, everybody. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Today's game brought to you by our friends at American Air and Electric. Thank you so much for supporting Dolphins athletics. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for Francis Marion and head coach Jacob Zender. It's number 0, Asante Turner. Number 1, Israel Brown. Number 5, Ladarius Holloway. Number 24, Christopher Snipes. And number 31, Shamar Martin. Now for your Dolphins and head coach Walter Shaw in his 21st season. Starting today, number 1, Rhys Mcdonald. Number 5, Jalen Johnson. Number 13, Brandon Johnson, who wins the opening tip. Number 14, Trey Cousin. And number 32, Cameron Frohnbarger getting the start here today as Brunswick goes quickly. First shot, no good. Johnson gets it out. That shot by Frohnbarger is blocked. He's doubled up, stays with it, able to get it back out. And Dolphins will try to set up the offense here with Jalen Johnson attacking, throwing it up. Yes. Oh, nope. They called the offensive foul, so charge will give it to Francis Marion. These two teams meeting for the 4th time. Dolphins lead the all-time series 3-0. Brunswick won the lone meeting last year by 33, 97-64. Dolphins shot 55% in that game and 13 of 29 from three-point range. 30 assists on 39 field goal makes last year in the victory. Rhys had 12 points, 5 rebounds. Games a couple years ago were closer as Trey Cousin comes up with the steal going coast to coast. Bucket is good, and the foul. So Trey Cousin gets Brunswick on the board here early and a chance for an old-school three-point play. As I was saying, the two teams back in 2018-19 played much closer games. Dolphins won both by 9 combined points. Trey Cousin on the season, 75% at the free throw line, rocking the blue shoes tonight, and makes the three-point opportunity. So Brunswick on the board first. That trapping pressure, Dolphins averaging 11 steals a game. That's 8th in Division I. Lone game of the season so far for Francis Marion. They lost back on the 1st of this month, 78-74 at Denmark. It's a 4-game slate for the junior varsity program for Francis Marion this year. Meanwhile, Dolphins coming off a 113-52 win at St. Andrews JV on Sunday. Dolphins shot 53%, 80 shots in the game, 42 makes. Tylen Green had 24, Austin Haddon 16, Skylar Davies with 14 points. 7 Dolphins had at least 5 rebounds in that game. So Dolphins as Israel Brown with the turnaround bucket to put Francis Marion on the board. Dolphins over 90 points in all 3 games so far this year. They're averaging 101.7. And this is their 3rd game in 4 days. So we'll see what the legs look like as we play on. Rhys Mcdonald had it deflected out of bounds, so he'll inbound with 19 on the shot clock. Jalen Johnson out deep, sets up the offense. Near side McDonald, bounce pass to Johnson, and Brandon Johnson with the turnaround bucket. Makes it 5-2. Presses on. Trey Cousin draped around his defender, and in pocket is picked. Jalen Johnson comes up with the steal, but a foul is called. Boy, it'd be nice if the Dolphins got the same kind of home cooking with the officials that Spartanburg Methodist got this weekend. It seems to be very balanced here. It wasn't that way on Saturday. So Francis Marion will keep possession here. 18:25 to go, just underway. Dolphins already have 3 team fouls. We're not even 2 minutes in. Come on now. Make it 4. Are you kidding me? That was an out-of-control shot. Instead, Ladarius Holloway, he's going to the free throw line. Graduated from Andrews High School back in 2016, averaged 4.5 points and about 3.5 rebounds in his senior year, getting an opportunity now as a sophomore. Francis Marion trying to give the varsity coaches who might be back in the PD watching tonight's game some look. Swishes in the first free throw. Jacob Zender, the head coach in his first season. He's also the assistant with the Francis Marion varsity program. He's a former assistant at the College of Central Florida, a good junior college program. Underneath, Brandon Johnson going to work again, making it look super easy against a sea of defenders. Brandon Johnson puts Brunswick back up by 3. Let's see if the Dolphins can play defense without fouling now. Brown lost his footing. What are they going to call? Correction, that was Turner losing his footing. It is a turnover. Brunswick going quickly. Trey Cousin lost the handle. Good defense there by the Patriots. 17:34 to go, just underway. This is out to Turner for 3. Buries it. It's a JV team, but good players on this roster. Look at that. Turnaround bucket and the foul for Skylar Davies, the early sub off the bench for Walter Shaw. Some wet spots out on the court, it looks like. Players trying to rub it out. Davies, 67% free throw shooter on the season. Try to complete another old school three-point play. Second team foul on Francis Marion. Free throws going down easy here in the early going. Brunswick as a team shooting 64%. Trap is on. Davies applying some pressure. It's broken into the forecourt. That's Snipes. Can't get the bucket to go. Here comes Brunswick. Deuce Dixon out there quickly. Got the rebound into the forecourt. Rhys Mcdonald top of the key. Trey Cousin looking under for Johnson, and Johnson is held by Martin. Third team foul on Francis Marion. 16:56 to go here in this opening half. Lots of shuffling in the early stages of this one for Walter Shaw. Now Josiah Shackelford into the game after Brandon Johnson had a good couple of minutes. Oh, Rhys Mcdonald, trouble with the pass and another turnover for Brunswick. So Dolphins, as I said, third game in 4 days. Walter Shaw keeping everybody fresh. He's going to sub somebody else in, it looks like. Not yet, though. Officials say, wait a minute. So again, Turner in the backcourt. Throws it ahead. Front court, that's Brown throwing cross court. Cut off Holloway, excuse me. Top of the key, that's Martin with the fake. Rhys able to stay with him, so he'll back it out. Now to Brown. Bounce pass goes to Turner. 7 on the shot clock for Francis Marion. Turner, give and go for Brown. Got a hoist with 1. It's rejected out of bounds, and the shot clock expired as that ball was flying out. Josiah Shackelford averaging about a block a game. Had a couple against Spartanburg, and another sub, Rhys Mcdonald, goes to the bench. And Deontay Petrie, the team's leading scorer at 16.5 points per ball game, is in. What are we doing? Now they're not letting the sub come in. This has been a horribly managed game so far. This does not bode well for tonight. I mean, there was a dead ball. The guy's been sitting there at the scorer's table. Rhys Mcdonald will make work of his extra minutes. Fire a 3, can't get it to go. Into the forecourt, Holloway quickly. Now this is Brown up top, stepping into a 3. Yes. Israel Brown, 50% shooter, 2 years at varsity at Manning High School in South Carolina. Looking good. Shackelford doubled up. Rhys Mcdonald on the wing. Now he'll back it out. Shot clock at 10. Rhys gets a screen. Rhys looking to attack, splits the defense, throws it up. No. Tip for the rebound. Francis Marion has it, all tied here in the early stages. Out to Turner for three. Bounces up, bounces in. So Francis Marion takes its first lead of the night. Deuce Dixon, trouble with the dribble. Takes it to the left side. Shackelford throwing it up, blocked but fouled by Holloway. Maybe now Deontay will be allowed to come in as Josiah Shackelford goes to the line, 55% free throw shooter. Josiah, good start to the year for him, 11.3 points per ball game, 64% shooting, 6.7 rebounds. Good on that first free throw. So I mentioned Deontay Petrie finally allowed in. Jarian Hancock coming in. Also Christian Kuntz. They joined Deuce Dixon and Shackelford as the five on the floor for Brunswick. And 1 out of 2 for Shackelford. So Francis Marion maintains its 2-point lead. Again, played Denmark Tech tough, 78-74. They lost back on February 1st. Not expecting a huge blowout today, but a game that Brunswick certainly should win if the three-point shooting cools off for Francis Marion. Brown with another. Going quickly, Shackelford, yes. Nice job to gather. That pass was a bit too high, but Josiah stayed with it, able to gather, and we're going to get timeout for Francis Marion. We'll step aside, 14:35 left to go here in this opening half. 16-13, Francis Marion in the early stages. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball is brought to you by American Air and Electric. As we take a look, Dolphins getting a lot done. Points in the paint. Brunswick dominating that here in the early going. And Chris Sheeman, glad to be back with you as we wait for the officials to talk about whatever they need to talk about. I wanted to take a moment, just before the game, I was watching the national news and they were talking about the tornado that hit south of Brunswick Community College, but in Brunswick County and in kind of a rural area there, maybe between Brunswick Community College and, say, like Little River, South Carolina, or Calabash, that area. And between that, they got hit with a devastating tornado last night. 3 lives were lost, and certainly our thoughts are with them. Brunswick County is, especially when it hits at nighttime, it's, I remember just driving home from these games, which, usually you're out of there by 9 o'clock at night. And, I mean, it's pitch black there, just pitch black. So, something hits at midnight, it's going to be hard to see anything coming. And we don't live in a days, well, although a lot of people now have weather radios, which is a good idea if you live on the coast anyways. But, we don't live in the days where we have local radio alerting us of problems late at night either anymore. They're basically automated at this stage. So really difficult thing, and our thoughts, again, with those folks and their families who lost their lives, and just glad that Dolphins, all the players and everybody safe last night. Again, the tornado and the storm itself hit a little bit south of Brunswick Community College. Not much defense right now for the Dolphins here. 21-13 as Francis Marion out of that timeout, extending their lead out to 8 points. And a three-point opportunity makes it 9. So tough start to this game for Brunswick. Again, third game in 4 days. Lance Anthony is into the game. Gets it to Hancock, the reverse. Yes. Little flip shot. Jarian makes it a 7-point game. Trapping press worked early for Brunswick. .17 to go here in this opening half. 5 team fouls already for Brunswick, 4 for Francis Marion. On the near side, it's Brown. Cross court, Holloway. Driving, looked like he might have traveled. Ball deflected out, able to stay with it. Turner for 3. And finally, Francis Marion misses one. Out on the run, Anthony throws it ahead, and that pass just not enough on it. Good anticipation, good defense for Francis Marion. Holloway, extra pass. This is Turner, and Turner's fouled. That is team foul number 6 already on Brunswick with 12:42 to go in the half. Francis Marion shooting free throws the rest of the way. Holloway will inbound it. 21 on the shot clock for the Patriots. Turner. Brown. There's cross court, catch and shoot 3, and an air ball. Lance Anthony chases it down. He's fouled on a reach. You got to recognize if that's the way they're calling it, you can't do those little reaches. Anything that's little ticky-tack is going to be called here tonight, evidently. So if you're the players, you have to adjust to that, and that was a bad foul right there. 5th on Francis Marion. So both teams on their way to bonus time here. Not yet 8 minutes in. Hancock spinning, throwing it up. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound, Shackelford, no. Shackelford trying it again. Third time is the charm. So back-to-back buckets for Brunswick. Francis Marion making them work, though, 22-17. Here's Holloway, open look at the 3. Too strong. Shackelford tips it to himself. We go just inside 12 to play here in the half. Anthony to Shackelford, former high school teammate, blocking foul, count the bucket. And Josiah will go to the line for another 3-point opportunity. Team foul number 6 now on Francis Marion. So both teams will be in the 1-1 on the next defensive set foul. Mentioned that weather at Brunswick County. I wasn't supposed to be with y'all tonight. I'm glad I could be, but I was supposed to do some games. Teams in Texas and Arkansas set to play each other, and obviously all the snow, ice. Texas is basically completely shut down. So many people without power there. Temperatures even here in Florida were in the 20s last night, and some black ice in our area, which is normally unheard of, even this time of the year. Turner throws it right side. That's Woodland. Gerard Woodland from Florence, local product. Turner, shot clock down to 6. Hesitates. Good defense by Kuntz. Oh, great defense by Kuntz. Throws it ahead. Here's Petrie throwing it up Shackelford, and the defense anticipates, and that's another little reach that they've been calling. So, again, Deontay Petrie with a mistake and injured player on the other end. So, 11:03 left to go. We have an injury timeout here, and we will step aside as well and come back. Welcome back, everybody. Sante Turner was down for a moment. He stays in the game. Good news there. Dolphins another steal. Deontay Petrie couldn't get the bucket, but the putback is good. So after Brunswick goes down by 9, now it's a 2-point game. 8-1 run for the Dolphins here. Brown from the elbow, yes. I had the score wrong, so the correct score 24-21 in favor of Francis Marion. That was a tough call. Jarian Hancock benefits, and he'll go to the free throw line. Both teams are in the bonus already. Hancock, 67% free throw shooter. Another player averaging in double figures here in the early going for Brunswick. Hancock, 10 points per ball game, 5 rebounds. Everybody's eaten. 11 players average at least 4.5 points per ball game. Several players averaging above the 7-point mark, and 4 players in double figures for a team that is 8th in scoring in Division I in the NJCAA. Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good, and we got a whistle here. Might be a clock issue. So it stays a 3-point lead. Chandler Hayden, who's into the game, good player for Andrew Jackson Academy in Lodge, South Carolina last year, 12.2 points, almost 8 rebounds, almost 5 assists, and 2 steals. He had 966 points in 3 years as a varsity player, so he's in there for Francis Marion. This is not your typical JV team. These guys have legit chances at moving up, and there's a deep basketball program going on there. As the bucket by Austin Haddon, no good. Offensive rebound batted out. Driving Petrie lays it up and in. So Deontay gets it to go. 48% shooter makes it a 1-point game. So yeah, if you're looking for a runaway game tonight, that's probably not going to happen. Again, this is a game the Dolphins should win, but if you're looking for a 30-point victory against this Francis Marion team, and that's not likely. They have cooled off a little bit, though, as we go past the midway point here, 9:44 to go in the half. Chandler Hayden quickly out of the game. Martin gets it over to Turner. Turner cut off, throws it away. Really good defense as the game has gone on. And the recipient is Shackelford, who helps Brunswick retake the lead. Josiah with the throwdown. Brunswick, 24.7 assists per game in the first 3 games this year. And what do we have now? Player doubled up. Looks like Francis Marion might have called for time. So the defensive intensity is picking up for Brunswick with 9:14 to go in the half. And what does defense always lead to, ladies and gentlemen? It leads to easy buckets like the one we're going to see right now. You see the steal, the throw ahead, waiting for the perfect moment. Shackelford attacks the rim for 2. Brunswick back on top. We'll be back. You see the upcoming broadcast schedule. Next game on the road for Brunswick. They'll actually have a couple days off. Go to Cape Fear. Josiah Shackelford with the block. Anthony throws it ahead. Some more subs for Walter Shaw as Petrie's back in. Misses the first one. Follows his miss. So Brunswick trailed, I believe it was 23-14, something like that. It was a 9-point lead at one point. Since then, Brunswick using their defense. Another steal, this time Lance Anthony. He'll throw it ahead. Hancock stays out there. Anthony out there. Petrie, Haddon, Shackelford. Shackelford going to work on the block, and he's fouled by Christopher Snipes, who says, I just had my hands up. Shackelford back at the line. 8:33 left to go here in this half. Josiah 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe here today, which is roughly his season average. Gets the first one to go. Mention while we have a second, today's game brought to you by American Air and Electric. We can't thank them enough for their support here tonight and all season long. So 1 out of 2 again for Josiah. 4-point lead for Brunswick, 28-24. That trap is on. Brown throws it ahead to Turner in the forecourt. So Israel Brown, who's had the hot touch back in the game, hands it off to Turner on the wing. Top of the key, Brown. Brown fakes the three, takes it to the wing, fires and hits. Man, Israel Brown, the freshman, 50% shooter in 2 years at varsity at Manning High School in South Carolina. Good ball movement here. Hannon, open three and buries it. Lead back to 5 for Brunswick. Hancock with the steal. Hancock with the jam. Jarian Hancock makes it a 7-point game. Defensive intensity starting to pick up for Brunswick. Turnaround three. Heat check for Brown. Not that time. Shackelford able to get the rebound over 2 defenders, and then he's fouled. So more free throws to come. That's 9 team fouls. So still a 1-1 here for Brunswick. Krishima, glad to be with you. Number 22, Nathaniel Williamson into the game for Francis Marion. Ladarius Holloway also in. Mentioned Jacob Zedner, former assistant at College of Central Florida, JUCO school in Florida. They were in the top 25 4 of the 6 years that he was an assistant coach there. There's some really good programs down here in Florida. They're allowed to give kids stipends. So it's no wonder they're good. They can basically pay their players to come here. Petrie, another steal. Into the game, Green, Tylen Green throws it out. Now back underneath Shackelford. Green tried to tap it in, and Brown collects for Francis Marion. Francis Marion, pull up by Brown, in and out. Ball batted. Rebound controlled by Brunswick as we go inside 7 to go. Petrie goes coast to coast, throws it off the glass. No. Shackelford, a man amongst boys right now, pushing the lead out to 9. Matches the biggest lead for either team. Francis Marion led by 9 in the early going. Brunswick has turned it up defensively, though. Snipes looks to attack. Throws it up. Thought he was going to get a foul call. Instead, comes up short. Pushing Haddon. Throws it up. And laying it up and in is Green. And Francis Marion wants to stop the bleeding. 6:15 left to go. Brunswick takes its first double-digit lead of the night, 37-26. We'll be back here in just a moment. Krishima, glad to be back with you. It's a good run here for Brunswick as they push the lead out to 11. Some more subs in for Walter Shaw. Deuce Dixon returns. Trey Cousin is in. Brandon Johnson is in. Cameron Lawson making his first appearance. They join Tylen Green, who remains out there. Bucket no good in the lane, and then offensive foul called on Brunswick. That's going to be their 7th. Brunswick had like 4 fouls in the first 90 seconds or so of this game. They've calmed down a bit, but committing the foul there, and I believe we'll have a 1-and-1 on the other end. Biggest lead for either team here at 37-26. Chandler Hayden at the line for this 1-and-1 opportunity. In and out on that free throw. They called a lane violation. These guys got laser vision. They are not missing a thing tonight. So Hayden will try it again, fronted in a 1-and-1. I mentioned almost 1,000-point score at Andrew Jackson Academy. 12.2 points per ball game his senior year, just under 8 rebounds, just under 5 assists and 2 steals. Good player. Yeah, that's the front end. We get another one here. So Hayden will get the second. 5:53 to go here in this opening half. Francis Marion led early by 9. Brunswick has come on strong. Then I think Francis Marion has only had about 7 or 8 points since they had that 9-point lead. Trey Cousin will catch and shoot. 3-2 strong. Tylen Green the rebound. Did they call a push on that? Okay, more free throws. So Brunswick had been doing a good job not fouling, but both teams now with 8 team fouls. Christopher Snipes, who's from Somerville, South Carolina, goes to the line. Front end is good. Francis Marion using the free throw line to try to work themselves back in it. And they cut an 11-point lead down to 7. Green attacking, going glass and scoring quickly for Brunswick. This is a Brunswick team that puts up a lot of shots. I mentioned they had 80 shot attempts in that 113-52 win against St. Andrews JV on Sunday. They're 9th in D1 with 11.7 3-point makes per game, 8th with 38 field goal makes a game, and 76.7 shot attempts per game. That's 9th best in Division I. Catch and shoot 3. Bucket is good with 1 on the shot clock. Turner buries it. So Asante Turner from Augusta, Georgia gets it to go. Miss on the other end for Brunswick, and Francis Marion cuts an 11-point lead now down to 6. Interesting. Hayden was wide open there. 4:30 left to go. Shot clock down to 7. Turner attacks, stripped and fouled, and Cameron Lawson can't believe it. 9 team fouls. See if we can't take a look at the replay of that real quick here. And it happened a little too quick to be able to tell. First free throw is no good. They're going to say it was a 2-shot foul as he was in the act of shooting, which I also don't know about, but Israel Brown, who's had the hot hand, back in there for the Patriots. So Turner gets 1 out of 2. The lead is down to 5 now. Francis Marion hanging around against Brunswick. Attacking is Green again, throws it up, and he's going to the line. Snipes. No. Correction, Christian Stevens wearing number 3 for Francis Marion called for the foul. A guy who was a preferred walk-on for the varsity program at Francis Marion. Read an article about Stevens from the Lancaster, South Carolina newspaper, and his high school coach talking about him and thinking that there's a lot of upside to him, and his high school stats didn't necessarily tell the tale. He's a good defensive player at Lancaster High School. 5 rebounds, 2 blocks per game. Chance with the JV team to maybe make an impression on assistant coach Jacob Zedner and the rest of the Patriots staff. So 4:09 left to go. Hayden getting set to inbound it here as the ball was deflected. That was knocked out of bounds. Brandon Johnson back into the game. So we'll try it again for Francis Marion. Asante Turner out on the wing. Brown's been the hot hand for Francis Marion. Offensive foul going to be called. I'm trying to think the last sequence we've had without a whistle. Really trying to think about it. I can't remember one. Inside 4 to go. Deuce Dixon into the forecourt, takes it top of the key. Dixon, bounce pass. And Green defender went for the steal, missed the bucket. Flying in for the rebound is Trey Cousin, and another foul. So we still haven't gone through a sequence without a whistle. And something tells me we never will. .338 left to go. Trap is on for Brunswick. It's been a bit sloppy at times. A lot of whistles. Dolphins leading by 7. They've led by as many as 11, and now Israel Brown connecting on yet another 3, and it's a 4-point game. Dolphins going quickly and turning the ball over, and that's going to be another whistle. Asante Turner is going to go to the line for 2 now. So we've seen better performances from the Dolphins. But remember, folks, if you're just joining us, this is game 3 in 4 days. Asante Turner will go to the line. You go through stretches like this, and you're always going to have one of these games where you just kind of look back on and cringe. But if you can grit it out, get that victory. And credit Francis Marion. They're shooting the ball well, and at times they've looked good on defense, which is sometimes not typical of JV programs or post-grad programs, whatever you want to call it. Skylar Davies checking back in for Brunswick. Christian Stevens coming back in for FMU. 1 out of 2 at the line. So Brunswick's lead, that was 11, is down to 3. Let's see if they can work out the kinks on the offensive end. Deuce Dixon takes it to the right side. Screen from Davies. Lawson, bounce pass to Brandon Johnson. Going to work, throwing it up, counted in the foul. Some of these big guys for Brunswick are going to be great additions to 4-year programs. We've seen, I saw on Twitter, a few guys have some offers out there. Petrie, I believe, and also Jalen Johnson, I saw, got his first offer. More to come, I'm sure. There's going to be a recruiting battle for a lot of these Dolphins, especially these big guys, too. We've heard, or we've seen on social media, some of the offers from the guards. Trust me, the big guys are going to get some looks too. Catch and shoot, Turner for three. Around the rim, no. Davies the rebound. Nice box out for him. 2:43 to go in the half. Dixon gets it back from Lawson. Attacks. Brandon Johnson will shoot a three and hit. Just like that, the lead back to 9 for Brunswick. Brandon Johnson, his first three-point make of the season. He's a 75% free throw shooter. Or, excuse me, field goal shooter. Hayden. Woodland back into the game. Turner now will set up the offense for FMU. Shot clock at 9. Turner with the fake. Bounce pass goes to the far side. The bucket up off the back of the rim. I believe that was Brown. And the shot clock's going to expire before anybody really had possession. And now they're going to get together and talk about it. 1:57 left to go. I believe the debate here is, should the shot clock have reset? And if so, it'll stay with Francis Marion. And that looks like it's going to be the call. So Asante Turner will inbound it. 28 on the shot clock, 1:57 on the game clock. That ball was sent nowhere. Skylar Davies underneath. Bucket is good. Lawson connects, and Brunswick matching its biggest lead now at 11, 49-38. Going quickly is Brown. Gets it back. Now over to Woodland. Turner on the right wing. Gets a screen. In the corner, it's Hayden for three. Yes! Boy, Francis Marion shooting is keeping them in it. High-scoring game, 49-41. Skylar Davies couldn't get it to go in transition. Behind the back goes Turner, swings it out, corner three, yes! Guess who? And if you didn't hear the PA guy, it's Israel Brown yet again. That must be his fifth three-pointer. He has to have at least that many. 49-44. Dixon cut off. Lawson back to him. Deuce for three. Off the back iron. Rebound Brandon Johnson. Going to work. Scoring. "12-second difference between game and shot clock here. Turner goes around the defense. Throws it up over Johnson. No good. Dixon, Cousin, and Brunswick can hold for the final shot here. Wisely, they will do so. So Dixon out near midcourt. 10 seconds. Dixon splits the defense, throws it out. Trey Cousin for three. Yes! And the clock expires. Brunswick ends the half strong. 54-44. Dolphins and Francis Marion's JV team in a shootout here in Brunswick County. We'll step aside for the half. Again, it's a 10-point game. Dolphins with the lead, looking to go to 4-0 on the season. We'll take time for half. Come back in about 15 minutes. Don't go too far. You're watching Dolphins basketball on YouTube. Again, your halftime score, Brunswick 54, Francis Marion 44. Dolphins basketball on YouTube is brought to you by American Air and Electric, today's sponsor, and we thank them for their support and all our sponsors all year long. 54-44 as we get set to start this second half. My name's Chris Shima. Glad to be back with you. Unplanned, but glad to be here with you nonetheless here today. Shamar Martin will inbound. Francis Marion using three-point shooting to stay in the game. For Brunswick, it's really been a mix of defense, forcing turnovers, getting out on the run, and also points in the paint. Today, Brunswick has dominated in that category. As we're underway here in this second half, catch and shoot by the hot hand for Francis Marion in the first half. That was Brown missing in the corner. Jarian Hancock getting the start here in the second half. Rhys Mcdonald, also Jalen Johnson, who misses the three. It looks like Shackelford's out there and Deontay Petrie, so that's the starting five. Folks, what we need from you is a little bit of help, and there's currently 90 people watching right now, and I assume there's probably more than that unless y'all are loners like me, but I assume there's more than 90 right now. Here's what I need everybody to do. Please subscribe to the Dolphins YouTube channel. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Based on all of my statistics and based on how many people I know watch each game, we should be there already. What happens when we get to 1,000 subscribers is it opens up a much easier way for us to bring you these games. It makes Walter Shaw's life easier. It'll make my life easier. So please, if you can, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Even if you're a Francis Marion fan, we'd really appreciate everybody subscribing to our YouTube channel, trying to bring these games to you as best we can. Shot clock winding down. Good defense for the Dolphins there, forcing a Turner heave. Shackelford over two defenders, got the rebound. Petrie for three, can't get it to go. Johnson put back, no. Ball tipped, and it's going out of bounds. Last touch by Brunswick. Rhys Mcdonald tried to save it. So again, please subscribe to our channel. We need to get those numbers up so that Walter Shaw can have a little bit of an easier time setting things up. That guy who does just about everything for this program, just trying to make his life a little bit easier. It makes mine slightly easier, but it'll make a big difference for Coach Shaw to get those subscriber numbers up as quickly as possible, and we thank you in advance for that. Francis Marion trying to get something in the paint, and Shamar Martin running out of space. So Martin's a player who played at Columbia High School and Brooklyn Casey High School. I've called football games there for a prep school, and he averaged 15 points, 5 assists in his senior year. Good player. Turning the ball over here, though. Speaking of turnovers, Jarian Hancock with the travel, so ball will go out of bounds back to Francis Marion. So nobody scratching yet here in the first couple of minutes. 54-44 is where we were at halftime, so if you're just joining us again, you've not really missed much. Holloway into the forecourt. He's guarded by Shackelford. Holloway step back. Shackelford stays with him. Top of the key, Martin. Martin poked away. Good defense again. It'll be interesting to see how many steals Brunswick has had. Extra pass to Rhys, who lays it up and in. Shackelford. Nice pass. Brunswick now. This is their biggest lead if you're just joining us. Brunswick led by as many as 11 in the first half. Francis Marion had a 9-point lead early in the first half. So Dolphins now enjoying a 12-point advantage and forcing another turnover. Dolphins came out a little shaky defensively, and they have really turned up that intensity on defense as the game has gone on. Brunswick looking to go to 4-0 on the season and 4-0 all-time against Francis Marion. Turnaround shot, Shackelford missed it. Rebound controlled by Brown, and Brown is fouled by Mcdonald. Good foul by Rhys there to prevent the fast break. Ladarius Holloway will inbound it. Sante Turner out near midcourt, guarded by Rhys. Rhys Mcdonald Just under 5 points per ball game, 4.7 assists per game. Jarian Hancock using 2 hands to block that shot. McDonald into the forecourt. Oh, yeah, Petrie was out of bounds. Foot was on the line. Just 2 points here in the second half so far for both teams. 16:57 left to go in the game. The team leader in assists, Jalen Johnson, averaging 6 assists and 6 rebounds to go along with 15 points per game. What a start to the year for him. And speaking of good offensive players, Israel Brown continues his hot shooting from behind the arc. Brown averaged 13 points, 3.8 rebounds, shot 50% 2 years varsity at Manning High School. Shackelford, too easy. There's just no size for Francis Marion, really, who can provide resistance. The tallest player on Francis Marion is Stevens, who we saw off the bench at 6'5". So Brunswick is working the paint, and it is working to their advantage. Running and gunning, Shackelford. Defender went for the steal. Shackelford waited. Now, biggest lead of the night at 13 for Brunswick. Driving Turner, and Turner's fouled. Is that 4 team fouls already on Brunswick? We saw a lot of fouls in the first half, and they quickly racked up against Brunswick, and they're quickly racking up again here in the second. None yet for Francis Marion. So at the line, Asante Turner. Walter Shaw's team, 4 consecutive winning seasons since 2016. Walter Shaw in his 21st year here at Brunswick, 395 wins, so 5 more to go, assuming 4 more if Brunswick's able to hang on here, would put him at 396 to 400. Both free throws are good, 11-point game. Going quickly, Petrie right to the hoop. Shackelford tips it up and in. So Petrie unable to get the layup. Shackelford flew in, and that is terrible defense for the Patriots off a free throw make. You should be back on defense. Snipes got it over to the right side, and Turner and Brown single-handedly keeping Francis Marion in this game with their 3-point shooting. Offensive foul going to be called there. Jalen Johnson, I believe, the guilty party. That's 5 team fouls on Brunswick. Well, I mentioned it in the first half. It'd be nice if we had the kind of officials that Spartanburg had. We don't get that home court advantage that Spartanburg had. Those of you who are with us in the closing seconds of that game on Saturday, just absolutely dreadful officiating. Dolphins could use a little home cooking too. I don't understand. Another good defensive play. It's another steal. Extra pass goes to McDonald. Are they going to call that? They're going to call a blocking foul. Okay, so he was in the restricted area. I'd let that go personally. First foul of the half on Francis Marion. Again, we talked about it during the scrimmages. You know, it's kind of like soccer where they play the advantage there. And, you know, let Brunswick have that bucket rather than stopping the possession. Turnaround shot, Shackelford, no. Shackelford called for the offensive rebound. That's the 6th team foul. Come on. That's 3 on Josiah, so he's going to go to the bench. Brandon Johnson will come into the game. Weak. These are weak calls. 6 team fouls, 62-52. Turner will walk it up. Turner turns on the jet. Scoop, no. Johnson the rebound. Throws it ahead. Petrie. Petrie attacks. Petrie scores, and he's fouled. Deontay Petrie will go to the line. Chance for a 3-point play. 86% free throw shooter. How about the stat line for Petrie? He's averaging 16.5 per game. That leads the team. 8 rebounds. from a 6'4" guard/forward, 4 assists. Really good start to the season for Deontay. Chance for a three-point play. Second team foul on Francis Marion. Three-point opportunity is good. Brunswick back to a 13-point lead. Deuce Dixon back into the game, placing Rhys Mcdonald during that free throw. Into the forecourt, Turner. Extra pass goes to Snipes. Snipes throws it up, gets the friendly rim. Johnson into the forecourt quickly. Jalen the hop step, bucket, and foul. Again, Brunswick just attacking the paint with a reckless abandon here tonight. Jalen Johnson will go to the line. Opportunity for a three-point opportunity here. Now a technical foul called. Normally I tell the kids they need to stay in check. I would have already been kicked out of this one, but I mean, that was a foul. A foul's a foul. So Johnson will get a three-point opportunity, and he should get one technical free throw, I believe, is how this works. Officials talking about it. Again, Jalen, 80% free throw shooter. Good guy to have at the line. And I jinxed him. That's my fault. So these are two technical free throws and then the three-point opportunity. So now everybody will come into the paint here and line up. So now Johnson trying to complete the old school three-point play and extend this biggest lead of the evening for Brunswick. Got it to go. So 2 out of 3 in that sequence, 69-54. Dolphins' biggest lead of the night, 14:20 remaining in the ball game. Into the forecourt, it's Martin. Near side, Holloway. Turner between the circles, shot clock at 12. Turner drives in. Spinning out, Woodland. Ball comes to him, over to Holloway with 4. Somebody's got to shoot. They attack, throw it up, no good. Rebound by Jarian Hancock. Hancock almost threw it away. Jalen Johnson, nice job saving it. Gets it out to Dixon. Yes. Oh, I thought that was going down. Comes back to Brandon Johnson, and he's called for an offensive foul. So that is team foul number 7 on Brunswick. So Francis Marion, they're down by 15 right now, but plenty of time, and they're going to shoot plenty of free throws to try to work themselves back in it. Maybe that wasn't a foul. Still 16 fouls. Ooh, Jalen Johnson almost had a steal there. Could have been a travel. I'm not quite sure. Francis Marion's going to call timeout. We're going to go away as well. 13:41 remaining in this game. Brunswick in control by 15. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball brought to you by American Air and Electric. Let's go back and off a made free throw. The Dolphins points in the paint today. They have dominated. Deontay Petrie got it to go. Shackelford tipped it in after Petrie missed, and Brunswick enjoying a 15-point lead. Chris Sheeman, glad to be back. I gave what I thought was an impassioned speech to start this second half about getting subscribers up, and nobody subscribed. So I'm going to talk about it again. Folks, we really need you. We need you not only to subscribe, but everybody in your house to subscribe to the Dolphins YouTube channel. There's a little subscribe button. All you got to do is click that for us. We really need to get our subscribers up to make streaming, the quality of the streaming, everything. We were just looking for some improvements, and the way we do that is to get more subscribers. If we can get to 1,000 subscribers, hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be able to improve our coverage for next year. So please do subscribe. Tell your friends, family to subscribe. Anybody watching tonight, please spread the word. We need more subscribers on the Dolphins YouTube channel. All you got to do is click that subscribe button, and I'm going to say subscribe about 40,000 more times this year. Hopefully not that many. Petrie off the bench, buries a three, and Brunswick is rolling here in this second half. It was 54-44, 28-10 run. It's not that high. My math is off. That's at Bowling Green State University education. 18-10 is the run, not 28-10. It's been a rough one. Traveling the call there, Dolphins with the turnover. 12:21 remaining in the game. Brunswick 3-0 on the year, 1-0 here at home. Good start to region play, too, winning 2 region games. They'll go to Cape Fear on Friday. That will be the toughest test yet here in this early season, early part of the season. These two teams are going to rematch on Sunday at Francis Marion at 3 p.m. Boy, Asante Turner took a pop in the first half. He took a tough shot here in this second as well, and he remains down. So these two teams playing twice in this week. Francis Marion, they come in at 0-1, losing at Denmark Tech back on February 1st, 78-74. Their 2 home games, again on Sunday against Brunswick at 3, and then on Monday, the next day against Combine. That will wrap up their season. Asante Turner, he's up, looking good. He'll go to the free throw line. 7 team fouls on Brunswick already. Jacob Zedner was trying to make a sub, and so into the game is Chandler Hayden. Free throw is no good. That was actually Shamar Martin, shooting the free throw. So Asante Turner was taken out. That was the delay there. Another foul called. It'll be the 4th on Francis Marion. Now Jalen Johnson was fouled. That's 5 on Martin, I believe. Fouls are going to rack up. They have called a lot of them here tonight. Deontay Petrie will inbound it. Inside 12 to play here in the game. Brandon Johnson. Cameron Frombarger has come back into the game, started the game as Johnson gets the easy 2, and Brunswick pushes that out to a 20-point lead. So early going of this one and most of the first half, we thought this was going to be roughly a 10-point game maybe. Brunswick has really turned it on here in this second half. Johnson thought about the 3, attacks, and he's fouled. No shot. It'll be the 5th team foul on Francis Marion. So Petrie will inbound it. Brunswick 5th in assists per ball game at 24.7. They've had over 22 assists in all 3 games this year. 4 players average at least 4 assists per ball game. I always talk about it, when I'm looking at, okay, who are the real contenders for region championships, national championships, and it always starts, the first stat I look at is assists per game. If you're over 20, you're a real threat. Deuce Dixon burying the triple. Brunswick running away with it here in the second half. 77-54, 11-13 left to go. Good to see Asante Turner back out there for Francis Marion. He'll pull up on the 3. Rainbow is an air ball. Rebound, Brandon Johnson. Cameron Frohnbarger into the forecourt. Lance Anthony also in there with Dixon and Petrie. So that's the 5 right now for Brunswick. Walter Shaw looking at a lot of different lineups here today. Anthony bounce past Frohnbarger, and he was fouled. I didn't know if it was going to be... No, they called him for an offensive foul. My goodness. $11:46 left to go. Francis Marion gets it back. See if Brown can catch fire again. Instead, it's Turner, but away from the ball, we have a foul called. Frohnbarger called for his second. 9 team fouls on Brunswick with 10:38 to go in the game. Chandler Hayden at the line. Front end of that 1-and-1 is good. 23-11 is your second half totals. Brunswick pushing the lead out to 22. Make it 21. Anthony gets it back. Christian Kuntz into the game for the first time. Frohnbarger gets it out to him. Christian for 3, too strong. Rebound controlled by Brown. Brown flies into the forecourt, 3-on-2, and the pass was off the mark. Unfortunate there for Francis Marion. They had a fast break opportunity, but instead turn it over. Anthony into the forecourt. Far side Dixon. Deuce Dixon. Swung over to Kuntz for 3. Missed it short. Rebound controlled by Brandon Johnson. The bigs are just eating like crazy today. Past the midway point of this second half. 9:47 to go to be exact. And Brunswick in charge. Ball goes to Brown. Brown with the hand in his face. Can't get that one to go. One of his rare misses tonight. Kuntz, Anthony, Frohnbarger. Kuntz, Dixon, now Johnson. Deuce for 3. Can't get it to go. Tip for the rebound. It's controlled by FMU. Woodland into the forecourt. Over to Turner. Turner attacks. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. So 10 team fouls now on Brunswick with 9:13 to go. A lot of free throws to come here in garbage time. Mentioned it in the first half, folks, and Rhys Mcdonald's going to come back into the game. Our thoughts and concerns with the folks south of Brunswick Community College in Brunswick County who 3 people lost their lives. A tornado ripped through the area last night. Everybody at the college okay. Cameron Frohnbarger turnaround shot no good. But man, it's just a tough thing. I was talking about it in the first half. It's just such a rural area. It's been built up a lot in recent years, but like I was saying in the first half, I used to drive home after doing the games, and you're talking about 9 o'clock at night. not exactly the middle of the night, and it's just pitch black on 17 as you drive south in Brunswick County, and it's hard to see something like that coming in the middle of the night. Christian Kuntz, money on the first free throw. First point of the night for Christian. Got the second one to go, 81-58. 16 fouls on Francis Marion. It made national news. ABC had a reporter there in Brunswick County, and one community, one development south of the school was really affected the worst by it. Good ball movement. Turner for three. Got it to go. And away from the ball, I believe another foul on Brunswick because they haven't called enough of those yet. No, it's going on Francis Marion. So an offensive foul after the shot was released will give the ball back to Brunswick. And they're going to shoot free throws. This must have been, so if it's after the shot, you go to the line for the 1-and-1 here. Brandon Johnson, big guy, good free throw shooter, 80% front end of this 1-and-1. Well, I jinxed another one, didn't I? Frohnbarger, though, saves it. Johnson half circle, drives in. Anthony extra pass. Here's Kuntz for three. Can't get it to go. Frohnbarger, what a rebound. Put it up, big man. Had it blocked. Rhys is there, though. Back out to Anthony, and they'll set it up. Kuntz tries another one. Still can't get it to go. Rhys McDonald, another rebound. Cutter Anthony. He'll back it out again. Frohnbarger. Brandon Johnson, shot clock at 4 with the hand in his face. Can't get the bucket. Another offensive rebound from Rhys. And he traveled. He got wrapped up, but they called a travel. He traveled because, well, never mind. I give up on this one. Rhys McDonald, a good rebounding guard last year, averaging 3.3 this year, but he got 3 offensive rebounds in that sequence and should be at the free throw line right now. Brown lost the dribble. It's a steal by Anthony. Whips it ahead. Comes to, looks like Rhys had it, and then the bucket there by Kuntz. So Christian Kuntz with the easy 2. Lead back to 22 for Brunswick, 83-61. Into the forecourt, Woodland. Here's Hayden. Woodland, the bounce pass. Brown can't get it to go. Skylar Davies into the game, pulls down the rebound, brings it into the forecourt. Kuntz cut off on the baseline on the double team out to Frohnbarger. Lance Anthony gets a screen. Kuntz, Rhys McDonald is all alone. He'll fire a triple off the back iron. Skylar Davies offensive rebound. Top of the key, the Kuntz rims in the 3. .629 remaining. The lead grows to 25. Brunswick has 86 on the board, averaging 101.7 in the first 3 games. Turner, runner, no. Offensive rebound, Hayden. I mentioned it earlier. He's a good rebounder, good passer as well. As Turner cut to the bucket, Hayden found him. 86-63. Inside 6. Another triple there. Christian Kuntz gets his second to go. 89-63. Kuntz tried for the steal. Attacking is Turner, and he's going to the free throw line. Brunswick is no stranger to getting off to good starts. They're 13-2 in their first 5 games over the previous 3 seasons. The best start in program history, they started 12-0 in 2008-2009. They're on their way to a 4-0 start here in 2021. 89-63 timeout. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball is brought to you by American Air and Electric. The upcoming broadcasts, we will have the game at Cape Fear for you this Friday, then some home games to come on the Wednesday following that against Salkehatchie. So two really tough opponents back-to-back Friday and Wednesday. Dolphins will have another road game against this Francis Marion team in between those two games on Sunday. Busy stretch for Brunswick. I believe there are some normally nationally ranked opponents or teams in the NJCAA who are coming to Region 10 to play in the tournament because so few teams in their region are playing. So that Region 10 tournament this year is going to be even more difficult. You've got Cape Fear, you've got Salkehatchie, you've got Caldwell, all three of those teams always in the mix. That Spartanburg team looks much better than last year, so they're going to be there. Brunswick, of course. And then you have a couple of teams from the Mid-Atlantic, I believe, area is where they're coming from. Cameron Frohnbarger couldn't get the free throws in transition. Back into the game is Holloway. He backs it out now. Catch and shoot, Turner. Thought about it for a second, makes another three. So Turner and Brown have been the hot hands tonight for Francis Marion, the two guards. Nearing 5 minutes left to go, though. Brunswick is in control of this one. Rhys Mcdonald, Frohnbarger, Skylar Davies, Kuntz, and Lance Anthony are your five on the floor right now. So Brunswick will likely go over 90 points for the fourth straight time this year. Catch and shoot, Kuntz. Can't get that one to go. Hit his last two. Ball last touch by Rhys Mcdonald. Brunswick had a season-best 16 steals Sunday against St. Andrews in that 61-point victory. Had a season-low 6 turnovers as well. They have turned the ball over a few too many times, maybe if you're nitpicking here tonight. But those steals are up there again here today. Nice put back underneath there. That was Williamson for Francis Marion. Then coming right back, it's a bang-bang for Rhys Mcdonald. Walking into the forecourt, Woodland. Left wing, Holloway. Gets a screen from Williamson. Holloway. Mismatch. Tried to drive on the taller guy. Couldn't get around him. Now it's Turner throwing it up. Nope. Kuntz the rebound. Christian pushes it into the forecourt. Nearing 4 minutes to go. His pass deflected. Good defense there by Holloway. And he got the bucket in transition. 19-point game. Kuntz bounced past Frohnbarger. Defender fell down. And they call Frohnbarger for the offensive foul. 3:47 left to go. Looks like Francis Marion going to call timeout. 91-72 will go away again. Brunswick still in control as they have been this entire second half. We'll be back. Dolphins basketball brought to you by American Air and Electric. Thank them, as always, all of our sponsors for their support. Chris Sheeman back here with you. 3:47 to go, and Francis Marion inbounds it to the Brunswick bench. So Dolphins will get it back after that turnover. Looks like a couple of subs. Tylen Green into the game. Trey Cousin also out there. Rhys Mcdonald top of the key. Skylar Davies open look at a three. Off the mark. Rebound controlled by, I believe that was Stevens for Francis Marion. He's fouled on a reach. Francis Marion's been in the double bonus over the final second half of this second half. So 2 shots coming now for Stevens. Mentioned in the first half, he's a preferred walk-on for the Francis Marion varsity team, and opportunity maybe to get some more minutes and improve his game with the JV squad, although just 4 games for the Francis Marion JV team. But a guy who certainly getting a good look. A couple of these guys, Francis Marion, might want to give a serious look at. Asante Turner's played well today, and Israel Brown was red hot in the first half. Another foul called. Turner, the guilty party. The free throw shooting contest continues. Rhys Mcdonald, first free throws of the year, I believe, for Rhys. So Brunswick on their way to a 4-0 start. They'll go to 2-0 as well here at home. Again, the big game on Friday at Cape Fear. Brunswick last year, it took overtime here at home, but they snapped a long losing streak to the Sea Devils. In the final regular season game last year, I think back to times like that, and it seems like it was 2 or 3 years ago the way the last 12 months have been. But no, it was roughly a year ago that they played that game. I believe it was February 24th last year. Could be slightly off on the date. More free throws. Yay! This time it's Ladarius Holloway's turn. Don't look for the Zebras to swallow their whistles here in the final 3:28. They have been they're earning that paycheck today. You sniff a guy, it's a foul. You breathe on a guy, it's a foul. I really have been trying to be better. I don't like to ride the officials too hard, but this is pitiful today. Just pitiful. Lance Anthony, bounce pass to Rhys, corner 3. And that's going to go out of bounds. Nice job there by Woodland to let it go. 3:13 left to go. Francis Marion will inbound it. Brunswick's shown some trap here, but they've backed off. Brunswick, will they go to 100 again? They scored a season-high 113 on Sunday. Turner can't get the 3, a rare miss for him. Rhys Mcdonald into the forecourt. Goes around one defender, swings it out. That pass just off the mark for Davies. Another sub for Walter Shaw. Lance Anthony will go out. Austin Haddon coming back into the game. So if you're just joining us for Brunswick here today, points in the paint and points off turnovers, the big story. They dominated the paint tonight against a much shorter junior varsity program for Francis Marion. Dolphins getting whatever they want inside. Hancock, Shackelford, Brandon Johnson, all with good games tonight. Ball was knocked out of bounds. No, instead it's another foul, so 2:28 left to go. Gerard Woodland at the line. West Florence High School, local product. He also played soccer in high school. Just 5'6", so size is a big issue. You guys know, those of you who have met me know I'm 5'5", and I love it to see my short guys eat. And Gerard Woodland, 6.1 points, 2 assists last year, in 2 years as a varsity player at West Florence. So a good player, just that size sometimes works against you. Boy, do I know all about that. 2:12 remaining. Haddon out to Davies. Bounce pass to Rhys underneath. McDonald, no. Put back, no. By Tylen Green. Looked like Rhys was fouled. Woodland. Inside 2 to go. Sante Turner has taken a couple of shots today. One that took him out of the game for a moment, but I believe he has played just about every minute possible. Holloway back to Woodland for 3. Missed it short. Follows his miss. Offensive rebound. Out to Turner. Couldn't get the 3 to go. Ball deflected. And the runner is good from Ladarius Holloway. 15-point game. 1:31 to go. We'll be back here in just a moment. Well, folks, if you have a live stream, college basketball live stream, and you're looking for professional commentary, I promise I don't ride the officials as much as I'm doing tonight. There's how you get in touch with me. Off the inbound, nice defense and the steal by Turner, and just like that, it's a 13-point game as Holloway was picking and poking at that inbound, so Brunswick's led by 20-plus for most of the game, and Francis Marion, credit them. They're not giving up. Inbound to Haddon. Trey Cousin. Rhys Mcdonald into the forecourt. Rhys drives, bounce pass, deflected, coming up with it. And unable to get a bucket is Cameron Spain, but it's cleaned up by Tylen Green. 94-79, so Cameron Spain in for the first time, the Sockesty product. Dolphins 4-0 start. Good effort. 3 games in 4 days is not easy. Turner with a 3, and the lead is 12. Francis Marion calls timeout again. They're not giving up, folks. 53 seconds left to go. This is still the Dolphins' game, but credit Francis Marion. They're playing hard here down the stretch. We'll be back. There's a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. Remember, Friday will be at Cape Fear, then home games the rest of this month on the broadcast schedule. Inbound goes to Rhys Mcdonald. He'll push it into the forecourt. Francis Marion. Let's see if they foul here. Looks like they're just going to play it out. Haddon over to Trey Cousin. Try to come up with the steal. Spain all alone with the two-hand jam. Cameron Spain closing the door on this one. Pull-up three. No good for Holloway. Rebound controlled by Haddon. Is it a reach or a jump ball? Looks like a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Brunswick. McDonald. Shot clock is off. Brunswick can run this one out. So a good win here today is Cameron Spain gets another one to go. 10 seconds left to go. And let's see if Francis Marion will likely run this out. Yeah, Brown, go ahead. You've had a good day. Get yourself another one. Not that time, though. And the Dolphins, 4-0 start to the year for Brunswick. They win 98-82. So Brunswick 4-0, Francis Marion 0-2. Their next game is against these same Dolphins. That'll be Sunday at 3 p.m. And Brunswick, their big game is coming up on Friday at Cape Fear, 7 p.m. We will have that one for you, so be sure to come on back on Friday. Again, Cape Fear and Brunswick in a big Region 10 showdown. Good game for the Dolphins overall. They win 98-82. My name's Chris Sheeman. Enjoy the rest of your week, folks. We'll talk to you Friday night. Take care.